What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I know my hair is crazy. It is frizzy as can be. I washed it last night and didn't put anything on it, and it's just like, guess I'm having a bad hair day. But as a Cowboy fan, I'm having a good day. We got the Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs tonight, and let's hope the Chiefs can bitch slap those Eagles. That's right. I'm praying that the Eagles get their ass handed to them. I make no bones about it. I ain't gonna try and act like I'll take any help I can get. Any help I can get, I'm more than happy to get it. But I wanted to talk about Micah Parsons might have a little bit of a problem in his Defensive Player of the Year chase. Now, he played incredible yesterday. 2.5 sacks. He's up to 10. He's fifth in the league in sacks. He's up there, of course, with pressures and everything else. He's doing great. But there is that player. We lost Trayvon Diggs. We all cried. We were upset. We were worried about our secondary. I'm still worried about Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis seems to be the weak link in our secondary. But again, that's another one of our guys coming back from injuries. And it seems like everybody who had a bad injury last year has been slow to get going, although Tony Pollard did get going pretty good yesterday. I'm ecstatic about that. But Durant Bland is tied for the lead of interceptions with 6 for the season. 6. I was saying yesterday to my man DMV, I was like, what if he gets to 10? I mean, we got 7 games left. He gets one every other game. Getting 10 is huge. Huge. On top of this, it's not just getting the interceptions. He is getting touchdowns with those pick sixes. The fact that he is now tied in the history of the NFL for pick sixes in a season with only 10 games in, with 7 to go. If he gets one more, he will be the only one. We're talking about guys like the great Ken Houston. I hate to say great because he was a Commanders, a Redskin player back in the day. But he's a Hall of Famer safety. We are literally putting him up there with 3 other guys in the history of the NFL that have had 4 pick sixes. This is unbelievable. It is cray-cray, to be honest with you. And I think we have to really go back and say, a lot of you don't necessarily, boy, he's rolling on this. This is Walnut Grove, the guy who owns this house. This house is about 10 years older than the red brick house. He started working on his house about the same time I started working on the red brick one. And it's another historic house. It's cray-cray. He's in his 60s and he's doing it by himself, because he enjoys doing it. But anyway, you may not like Mike McCarthy, and you have to look at this and say, Mike McCarthy, out of 4 seasons, if we win 2 more games, we'll have another winning season. We'll had 3 winning seasons and probably playoff seasons out of 4. And the one season that we had that was bad, we were still in the playoff chase, but it brought Micah Parsons here. One of the things that Mike McCarthy did was he brought Al Harris here, who was a former cornerback for the Green Bay Packers. That guy's a stud. That guy is the defensive back coach. I don't know what he's teaching them. I don't know what techniques he's got. I don't know what drills he has. But you have to look at him and say, Diggs and Durant Bland, they learned everything in the NFL from that guy. From that guy. How crazy is it that Durant Bland has 4 TD pass catches? He's got more TD receptions than guys like DeAndre Hopkins that are wide receivers. You understand what I'm saying? He's got more touchdown receptions than those guys. Oh, and by the way, When teams throw against him, they have their lowest ratings against that guy in the NFL. And so as you start looking at this, Micah Parsons, game changer. And understand, here's the thing. It's the chicken and the egg argument, because with pressure becomes takeaways, okay? If a quarterback, like, we've seen Aaron Rodgers years ago, against us in the playoffs, has 7-8 seconds to survey the field, he's going to find somebody open. It's not a matter of if, it's just when, okay? When you can put pressure on the quarterback, that quarterback doesn't have enough time to survey the field, and he's rushing his throw, he's being molested, you will get more turnovers. So DaRon Bland is a product of Micah Parsons. Also, the reverse is true too. When you have a guy that quarterbacks in the back of their head are thinking, where is DaRon Bland? Because that guy is a pick magnet. They may be looking over there and seeing their guy flashing, but then they realize, oh shit, DaRon Bland's there. Now I've got to hesitate and find somebody else to go to, and that leads to more sacks. See, it's kind of like the snowball's going downhill. Because you get one, you get the other. So it's kind of like you need both. You can have great defensive backfield, but if you don't have a pass rush, you're still going to get beat. You can have a great pass rush, but you ain't got nobody in the secondary, you're going to get beat. You need both. And that's one of the things that we haven't had in a long time. And so having DaRon Bland, I'm believing if he ends up getting, let's say hypothetically, let's say he gets 4 more interceptions and another one's a pick 6, you have to put him in the conversation for defensive player of the year. You just have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're talking about a guy who, and even though Diggs should have been a couple years ago with the interceptions he made, I know when the Cowboys take the football away, that it's not, it doesn't matter. Interceptions don't matter. Unless we're making the interceptions, of course, then they matter. So if Dak's throwing interceptions, it's the worst thing in the world. If we're getting interceptions, it's not that big a deal. You see how that goes? You see how that goes. But if he ends up getting 10 interceptions and gets 5 or more pick 6s, breaking that record, you have to put him in the conversation there for defensive player of the year. Now, Micah, I think Micah is going to need to get, I think he's going to have to get at least 8 more sacks on the season. I think that's what it's going to take him, at least. He's got the pass, he's got the pressures, but I think he's going to need to get to 18 sacks. If he gets to 18 sacks, then you got to look at this and say, yeah, he could be the MVP. But then again, it's a great problem to have 2 guys on the same team fighting it out for MVP. I would love to have more of that. I would, can a brother get 3? Can I get 3 guys? Okay, maybe not. All right, good people. I am here at the Red Brick House, and it is still standing, contrary to what some people said, that my shoddy work. That place looked good. That place looks so good. That place is beautiful. Hello, Red Brick House. It's hard to believe I just left here Saturday, and it's like, I miss my Red Brick House. Okay, I'm touched. I'm a little crazy, just a little bit. And then, look at that sexy. Ooh. Hey girl, how you doing? Can I get your number?
Get this vehicle in the drive.
She looking kind of good. What's a brother got to do to get with you? All right. Not mess up the washer and dryer. That's probably, yeah, I got a washer and dryer here, and I'm trying to back this thing up so I can unload this stuff. Got lots of work to do here at the Red Brick House before we get to watch some football tonight. And hopefully we're going to be watching Philly 500 melting his ass down. I want to see a meltdown, Philly. I want to see the big meltdown, bro. I want you to cry, Eagles, cry. On the road to a loss. All right. We here. Peace out, good people and Eagle fans.